Hi, and welcome to Thrifters Anonymous. My name is Scotty, and I'm addicted to thrifting. Well, hello. Welcome back if you're familiar with my face. And also, welcome to the family if you've never seen me before. Why don't you hit that red subscribe button and join the fam? So, I have been a busy bee, and despite the fact that I should not be shopping, I've been to several thrift stores and an antique fair, and I also got my monthly parcel from Thrift because I'm a Thrift ambassador. I don't know why I just did that with my arms. So I have a massive thrift haul for you guys. I'm actually gonna have to split it up into two videos because it is too thick for just one video, and I really don't want to be editing one massive video. I'd rather split it up into two tasks, so you know what I mean. So today we're going to be focusing on the items that I got at the antique fair, items that I got from a friend who is also a fellow content creator, Miss Ginger Jones, and I'm also going to be showing you guys a couple of items that I got from ThredUp. Every month I get a certain amount to spend on ThredUp in order to post a monthly post on my Instagram. Oh, by the way, you should follow me on Instagram. That place is pretty lit. Do people still say lit when the elder millennial tries to use hip terms? So me and my husband, we like to take pictures, not in a weird way. Well, it depends on what you define as weird. I dress up in cottagecore or fairy outfits, and hi, can I help you? His ears were burning. He knew I was talking about him. And yeah, our photos have been getting better and better, and so I post almost daily different shots that we get, and we're gonna be doing some really exciting upcoming projects as well. So why don't you go follow me on Instagram? Also follow me on TikTok. I have stuff like this, but in bite-sized pieces as well. Hauls, stuff about fashion and cottagecore and fairycore and all that beautiful stuff. We have a lot of stuff to haul, so we're just gonna jump right into it, and hopefully we can get through it in a timely manner because I only have so much battery power. I'm caught on something. I don't know what it is. Okay, let's begin. So the first place that I went was the antique fair, and I've been wanting to go for a while. I went last month as well. I just picked up a few items because I got there pretty late, and I went with my mother-in-law, which is super fun. If you guys don't know, my mother-in-law is my thrifting buddy. This time I was able to meet up with Miss Ginger Jones on Instagram, or Sarah Jones as I know her as. That is her real name. And yeah, we went shopping together. We didn't get any footage while we were there. We didn't take any pictures, like bad content creators. We were just hanging out and having a good time. And the first booth that we hit up was the $6 booth. And as it may sound, everything is $6. And they had a lot of blouses, dresses, skirts, pretty much everything. It's like a massive thrift store. It is a humongous booth. So we did fairly well with the vintage blouses, so that's where I'm going to begin. That's what's near the top of this massive pile. So first up is this beautiful pinky lilac frilly blouse. I love the sleeves and the collar, and then it also has a little tie here. And this color, I don't know if you can really see, but the color is amazing on my skin tone. Like absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of a similar color to this dress back here, which I'm going to be working on in a future video. Oh, I love it. And then another frilly blouse. This one has shoulder pads, and I'm totally keeping the shoulder pads in. It also has the sleeves, and it's got a very piratey collar going on, and I'm actually planning on using this for an upcoming photo shoot, which I'm super excited for, and I'm not going to say too much about because it involves other people. But it looks amazing on. It's another color that works really well for me. It's almost to the point where it's my skin tone, but there's enough contrast to where it's not. There's another blouse that Sarah gave me that is my exact color of skin. It just doesn't work. So this is like a few shades off from that, but enough to where it works. Another piratey blouse. It's also kind of rococo. Is that how you say it? Rococo? I just think of Cocoa Puffs. It's got just normal cuffed sleeves, but the thing that makes it cool, besides the fact that it's shiny, is this ascot collar. And then it has, I believe there's like pleating at the shoulders. Very, very extravagant pirate. And I'm definitely bringing that on the photo shoot that I mentioned previously. And then I also, actually before I met up with Sarah, I found this at that booth. I just bought this and then I went back and bought more stuff. But it's this beautiful dark floral vest, and it's a little bit big on me, but I have an idea on how I'm gonna alter this. I kind of want to use one of my I can't say Spanish words. This is why I failed Spanish. Costa Real. corset, I'm gonna use that as kind of like a guide and try to make that more like this. So I'm gonna like cut open the back and add lacing down the back. And then I don't know if I'm gonna add lacing in the front or keep it as buttons. I kind of want to keep it as buttons because look at these buttons, but maybe add a lace up back, and I have to take it in pretty substantially. I'm gonna shorten it here. So I'm gonna like, it's really hard to explain, but it's gonna be in a future thrift flip video, but I'm basically gonna shorten the straps and like take it in here just to make it a bit more square neckline. Anywho's, that is gonna get altered. It's gonna be one of my thrift flips in a future thrift flip video. Next. Okay, did I mention that everything was $6, including the dresses? So I went through the dresses hoping to find a Gunny Sacks dress. If you know, you know. Gunny Sacks is ridiculously expensive. That's foreshadowing for another video. And I found this beautiful prairie dress. It's super long. It has kind of like thick polyester material and a bunch of really beautiful lace detailing. It also has a belt that goes around the waist. So this was $6 and it fits me perfectly. Like not too loose, not too tight, absolutely perfect. The problem with it though, and I think this is why it was $6, is that there's tons of snags and runs all over. So there's some on this sleeve, and then there's some, when I say some, I mean a lot on the bottom. However, I did see a video on how to get snags out if they're not too severe. It's called a snag nabbit, and it's like a needle that has like a spiral on the top. You stick it through and pull it, and it helps to alleviate the snagging, if not completely erase it. So I'm gonna get my hands on one of those and try to get as many snags out as possible and salvage it. If not, it might become a cap sleeve mini dress. Which would be cute, but I love how long and flowy it is. Like the bottom part reminds me of a medieval dress. The top part, of course, not so much. It's like more prairie, but it's beautiful. And it's my favorite color. If you know me well, you know that burnt orange is like my favorite color. I live for autumn time, so I will definitely be using this for an autumn photo shoot. I'm already planning my autumn content. Who am I? Actually, no, that's very, very on brand for me. In March, planning my autumn content. The next two items from this booth are a couple of half aprons, and I've been wanting some of these so bad. It's so cottagecore. And so I got one in purple and white gingham, and this one has like a little heart pocket. It's so cute. And then there is a brown and white gingham. And they had a bunch more of them. I think there was a blue, and then there was also a red one, but I didn't want to get too many. I was already spending a lot at this booth. Even though everything was $6, you know, it adds up. So I left those for someone else. You know, I don't want to hog all the good stuff. You know, I gotta leave some for my fellow thrifty gals. So I left the rest. That, I believe, is it for that specific booth. The next booth that I got clothes at was, and I wish I had gotten her Instagram, but I didn't. So this was $35, and at first I was like, maybe not. I'd already spent a bit, but honestly, when I tell you that this was worth it, it was so freaking worth it. It fits me perfect. It is so beautiful. I just have to wear a slip underneath, so I need to find one. I do have like a top slip that I could wear, but when I tried to put the skirt slip with it, it just didn't work. But we interrupt this program for Puppy. Yes, so this fits me absolutely perfect, and I definitely think it was worth $30 or $35 that I spent on this. In fact, I feel like this is worth way more than that. It's so flowy and fluffy and beautiful, and this is another piece or set that I'm gonna be bringing to my collaborative photo shoot in the future. So before I show you the items that Sarah gave me, I actually want to show you guys some of the home items that I bought at the antique fair. Now, last time I went to the antique fair, if you've seen my TikTok short video of the haul that I did from that antique fair, last time I got all home stuff. This time it was kind of the opposite. I got mostly clothes, but then I did get a couple of items for the home as well. One of the things I'm looking for, vintage books. As if you guys have seen my other videos, you know I'm looking for vintage books to go on my bookshelf to give my room a more antique-y look. And then you guys may not know this, but I've been looking for an antique or vintage sewing box. Did I find both of those things? Yes, I did. So first book that I found, I don't know this book, but I just really loved the cover. as well as the spine. I kind of broke my own rule about having to know the contents of a book before I buy it because, you know, bad vibes. But I mean, this seems pretty innocent enough. I probably need to read through it. I probably need to do a little bit of restoring because I don't know if that's mold on there and I don't want it like transferring to my other items, but I'm gonna see if I can clean it up a bit without destroying it. Because it was just in a box. I think this person had these in storage. This was $7. Not, I mean, by Goodwill standards, it's pretty expensive, but I think it was a pretty decent price. The second book that I got from them, this isn't really a color I usually go for, but I just really loved the fact that this is classic fairy tales and it's also illustrated. It has some, I don't know what the technical term for this style of illustration is, but I thought that was really cool. Some of them are kind of creepy, but that's what you get with old illustrations in books. They're kind of like between pretty, but also kind of creepy. Like, look at their faces. I don't know. And then, oops, I almost did something. I got a antique sewing box. I saw someone else on Instagram get one of these and I was like, oh, I want one. Because I have a lot of sewing materials that I got from a friend of a friend of a friend's neighbor situation. I don't know how to explain that. But I have everything in a Rubbermaid box and it's kind of ugly and I'm a visual person. So I wanted one of these wooden boxes to put everything in. The legs were not attached when I bought it. They were stuffed inside the box. We just put the legs back on because it's easier to store that way. But this is also full of vintage sewing materials. So there's a little bit of room in here, but it's already chock full of stuff. So having it be an extra storage option is a little bit like lost its, can't think of how to articulate that. I'm tired. So I mean, I can fit some of my stuff in here, but it's already kind of full. But there's some really cool things in here. So now let's get into the items that Miss Sarah Jones gave me. So it's kind of a mix of vintage and vintage reproduction items. This first dress is from E Shakti, I think is how you say it. And oh my God, I love this color and this print. Look at the bottom, that's so cute. It fits me perfect as well. Like, how did she know that I love this? It's a really good color for me as well. Again, it's similar to that color back there. Next, another super springy item, this bright yellow, kind of 60s style polka dot top. This also fits me pretty perfect. I don't know if I look good in this color or not. It's not one of those colors where it like jumps out at you and screams, yes, wear me. I'm kind of more on the fence about this one, so let me know in the comments if this is a good color for me. But I like it. I'll find a way to style it. It's not something, the style that I typically go for when it comes to vintage, like the super like 50s pinup. I don't, or actually no, I said it was 60s. I don't know. Mine, obviously I skew more like 40s, 1900s, but I'm trying to diversify my wardrobe more and find different styles to showcase. So I will definitely be trying that out. Next, I would like to show you the blouse that I was speaking of earlier. Look at this collar detail. Look how precious that is. Again, this might be a little bit too close to my skin tone. I don't know if this looks good on me. It does have that little tie, very, very darling sleeves. I might give this one a shot, even though it kind of camouflages into my skin and from afar I'll look naked, but it's just so cute. If not, I'll put it up on Depop. She did say anything that doesn't work I could sell, which is very sweet of her because your girl needs money. Funding all these projects and thrift trips, am I right? Next is a true vintage midi dress in kind of like a purpley navy blue. This actually looks really good on me, this color. I was surprised. I'm not really a navy blue person, but I like it. And it fits me perfect as well. It's like peak vintage fit, the perfect vintage fit. I love dresses like this. And it's so basic, but in a good way. Like you can really build an outfit on top of this. Like I'm thinking I might put a collar underneath this, like one of those dicky collars. That would be amazing. Next, we actually have a lot of skirts. So she gave me quite a few skirts. First, we have just a basic pencil skirt with a, I believe this is like a tweed houndstooth print on it. A lot of these are more wintry, especially this one. This is a red, white, and green tartan. Very Scottish. This is super cool. I might actually, if we end up going to any Ren fairs in the winter, I might wear that. Or one of these. There's this one, which it has more jewel tones in it. There's like a purple, red, and an ice blue, and this one's pleated. This one's a little bit snug on my waist, not gonna lie, but I really do like it. And then this one is really interesting because it has like periwinkle, cobalt, but then also like a burnt orange. You can barely see it, but there's like a burnt orange stripe going through. Those will be very handy in the winter. I already have a lot of plaid skirts, but those ones are warm. So if I ever go to Scotland, which we do have friends in Scotland that we want to visit, although they might come here this year, we're not sure yet. Those would be really great to bring. I'll feel very like on theme and also warm because it gets cold and windy. And then we have this kind of a mod, but also fit and flare skirt. I love these colors, they're so cool. And it has pockets. Anytime a skirt has pockets, it's an instant win. And then another skirt, you know, at first when I looked at this, I didn't really like it that much. No offense, Sarah, if you're watching this. I was like, yeah, it's all right. But actually, once I have it on, it's kind of cool. It has a really nice fit to it, and it's flowy. And I also like that it's button up front. I really like button up skirts. It's definitely borderline, almost like a grunge. Like I could put like a band tee with this and Doc Martens. Lastly, well, second to lastly, there is this super cool cottagecore sweater vest that she gave me. It's kind of itchy, but you know, in the winter, it'll be very nice to layer. I really like this, and I can't wait to try to style this. The actual last item that she gave me, she actually found for me in a Salvation Army, and she sent me and she was like, hey, do you think these would work for you? And I was like, heck yeah. They're these super cool pointed leather, kind of low-heeled pumps. And the reason why she thought of me was because they are very fairy-esque. Like I could totally wear these with tights and a little skirt to a Ren fair with my fairy wings. So freaking cool. And they look pretty comfy too. They're kind of cushy on the inside, and since they're real leather, they'll stretch with my foot and they fit me pretty perfect. It is missing a little snapperoo here. Yeah, it's kind of... All right, we're in the home stretch. I ordered some things from Thrift because not only do I kind of do a little collab every month with them as an ambassador, but I also sold a bunch of stuff, so I got store credit. This video is not sponsored. Someday they'll sponsor me on here. I've been buying a lot of Zara things lately from Thrift because I've discovered that Zara items can be very cottagecore and if styled correctly. And so the first thing that I got is this statement collar blouse. It has very poofy sleeves. And it kind of like ends at a weird spot, but it'll be really nice to layer with dresses and stuff, especially in the winter, to give a little collar definition. The second item I got, I actually don't have here, it's in the laundry because I actually wore it for a photo shoot. I post, as I said, a post a month and tag Thrift, and I use that item for my monthly post. I did a little cottagecore, fairycore inspired photo shoot, and I'm gonna pop up some pictures right here so you guys can see the dress. It is very similar to the TikTok famous cottagecore dress that a lot of girls were wearing for a long time, still are. And it's a color that I've been eyeing, but it was on Thrift for less money. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna snag it. It's not exact. There are certain things that are different. It's a lot tighter fitting than my other ones that are in the same size. And then it has like a drawstring down here, which my other ones don't have. So it is a different brand, but it is almost identical. And it is a really nice color. It looks a bit more pink in the photos because of my editing. It's a little bit more lavender in real life, but that's the beauty of editing, baby. You can make it whatever color you want. Bring out the purples, bring out pinks. I use Lightroom, so it's super easy. And lastly, we have this vintage dress that I found on Thrift. It is super sheer, so it requires a slip, which I'm gonna be getting a slip for that set anyway, but I really liked the details. It has a really cool cuff. It has this collar. I don't know if it's a good color. Again, I keep saying this. I don't know if it's a good color for me. Let me know in the comments. But again, I'm really bad when it comes to that stuff. I just gravitate towards things that I like, whether or not they look good on me, you know? It makes me happy, so I wear it. If it makes me look dead, whatever, man. But this will be really good in the autumn as well, because it's like these earthy colors, and I can see this with like maybe a flower crown made out of autumn leaves or something. I don't know. Again, we're planning autumn super duper early. So anywho's and what's and all that stuff. I'm really hungry. I'm gonna go eat after this. That concludes this haul. Stay tuned because I have another haul coming right up after this one that I will be filming. It's gonna be all the items that I picked up at the grand reopening of the Assistance League on Fulton Avenue in, I know where I live, Sacramento. And I also popped into a Goodwill that same day. And I also picked up a few items from that same Assistance League right before they closed down for a week. I showed the home items that I picked up at that particular instance in my upcoming video about decorating, sorry, I'm like tongue-tied today, decorating with thrifted items. That video is gonna be coming out soon. It's a little bit more labor intensive because I'm getting a lot of B-roll and filming myself crafting, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you turn on post notifications. So yeah, stay tuned for those videos. They're gonna be coming out soon. I really appreciate you guys sticking through this one because I'm sure it's a long video, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.